Hey everyone, it's Miss M. Today we are going to be talking about angles. The first type of angle we're going to talk about is adjacent. So, adjacent angles share a common side and have the same vertex. So if we look here, we have 4 different angles. We could say 1 and 2 are adjacent because you see they share this side. We could say 2 and 3 are adjacent. They share the side right here. 3 and 4 are adjacent. Here's the side they share. And 4 and 1 are adjacent. Here's the side they share. And we can see they all share the same vertex. So the vertex is where all the lines meet at a point. Another type of angle is vertical angles. So 2 angles are vertical when they have opposite angles formed by 2 intersecting lines. So we can see here, here's our 2 intersecting lines. So the opposite angles are across from each other. So 1 and 3 are vertical angles, and 2 and 4 are vertical angles. Vertical angles are congruent, which means that they have the same measure. Other angles can be congruent without being vertical if they have the same measure. So let's name some angles. Look at this figure to the right. And we want to find a pair of adjacent angles. So a pair means 2. When we name angles, we want to write the little angle symbol, and then we need 3 letters. It doesn't matter the order you start writing. So if I was going to say angle ABF, I could also call it FBA, but it does matter that the B has to be in the middle. Whatever point is at the vertex, that goes in the middle. So I'm going to say angle A, BF is adjacent to A, B, C. Because they share the common side AB. All right, I'll just give you one more example, even though there's lots of examples in this figure. Let's go with angle DBE. And so DBE is right here. So we can say EBF, angle EBF. Because we could see they share the common side, BE. Okay, so again, adjacent angles share a common side and a common vertex. Now let's find a pair of vertical angles. So we need to find our 2 intersecting lines. So line AD and line CF are intersecting lines. And vertical angles, remember, are opposite each other. So let's start with angle ABF right here. And opposite ABF is DBC. Angle DBC. So those are a pair of vertical angles. Okay. Now we want to tell whether the angles are adjacent or vertical and then find the value of x. So if we look here in A, these angles are opposite each other and they're formed by 2 intersecting lines, which means they're vertical angles. Okay, and we know vertical angles are congruent, which means they're equal. So we can say 70 equals x. So the value of x is 70. In B, we have 2 angles here next to each other. They share a common vertex and side, which means they're adjacent. Okay. So we also can see that this is a right angle because it has this little square right here. Right angles equal 90 degrees. This is going to help us find the value of x because we can say 31 plus x plus 4 equal 90 because these two angles together form a right angle. So now we can solve the equation. So let's combine our like terms first. 31 plus 4 is 35 plus x equals 90. Isolate, subtract 35 on both sides. We get x equals 55. So in B, x equals 55. When you're finding the value of x, I want you to use an equation like I did for both of these each time. We're going to talk about two more types of angles today. So let's look at complementary angles. Two angles are complementary when their sum is 90 degrees. It has to be two angles. It can't be one, and it can't be three or more. It has to be two. So remember, sum means to add. So in this example, we see 30 plus 60 equal 90. So these are a pair of complementary angles. In this picture, angle 1 and angle 2 form a right angle. We know right angles are 90 degrees, so angle 1 and 2 are complementary. Then we have supplementary angles, which are two angles that add up to 180 degrees. Again, it must be two. So in this example, 135 plus 45 is 180, so they're supplementary. And we can tell angle 3 and 4 are supplementary because they're on a straight line. And straight lines equal 180 degrees. That's going to be very important for us. So let's tell whether these angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither. So here we have 70 degrees and 110 degrees. When we add them, they equal 180 degrees, which means they are supplementary angles. In B, we have 41 degrees and 49 degrees. When we add them, this equals 90 degrees. So B is complementary. And C, we have 128 and 62, which equals 190 degrees. So this is neither. And we have one last slide. We want to tell whether the angles are complementary or supplementary, then find the value of x. So in A, we see this is a right angle, so this is complementary. And to find the value of x, we can say 4x plus 36 equals 90. Let's solve the equation. Isolate, subtract 36 on both sides. We get 4x equals 54. Divide by 4 on both sides. We get x equals 17. So x equals 17. And in the last example, I'm really sorry, x does not equal 17. Looking at the wrong example there. So let's undo that. 54 divided by 4 is 13.5. Sorry about that. All right, now we can move on to B. In B, we see we have a straight line, so we know this is supplementary. So x plus x minus 4 equals 180. Combine our like terms. X plus x is 2x. Minus 4 equals 180. Add 4 to both sides. 2x equals 184. Divide by 2. We get x equals 92. So x equals 92 in B. Make sure you've written down all your notes and filled in your graphic organizer, and have a great day.